Is the core central region overpriced, too risky, or it actually could be one of the safest and smartest place in today's market? In today's video, I'm going to break down why a growing number of savvy buyers are making their move into the CCR, and more importantly, why the next 90 days might be your best chance to do the same. So why now? Why 90 days? So we are actually in a unique moment in the market right now where over the next 90 days, there is a rare window where buyers can still enter the CCR at prices that are surprisingly competitive. Several launches have or are just about to hit the market, and this early phase is where buyers tend to enjoy the biggest price and advantage. In fact, data from the past launches have shown that early buyers save between 400,000 to over 700,000 as compared to those who just bought later. This is bought in 2017 and this is bought in 2018. So they save 4 to 700,000 just by acting fast. So this is a first mover advantage that doesn't last long, and developers usually increase the prices progressively after launch. So if, let's say, I use Martin Modern as an example, those buyers who actually took action during the first phase of launch has a 26.17% price advantage as compared to those who actually bought 1 year later. So today we'll be looking at the price gap between CCR, RCR and OCR and what the price gap really looks like. And to make it easier to understand, what we usually think that homes in the core central region places would be like Orchard, Newton and River Valley are like way more expensive than homes in the heartlands or the city fringe. But the data is actually showing something quite different now. If you look at the prices of 99-year leasehold condos in the OCR or RCR, say Tampines and Queenstown, and you compare that to the similar 99-year leasehold condos in the CCR, the gap now is actually almost negligible as compared to the past where there is almost a 41% price gap. In fact, some of the one-bedroom units in the RCR and CCR now, as mentioned earlier, is at the same price. So moving on, for the 2 bedrooms, we are also seeing similar trends where the RCR and OCR price gap difference is 37 and currently now is at 8.8%. Even for the larger unit types, it used to be 73% and currently it's only 11.78%. So just like the leasehold properties, right? In the past, the gap was like about 35%. Currently, it's about 24%. The gap has narrowed. And even for the 2-bedroom, 43% and currently it's at 22%. So for 3-bedroom, it used to be a 51% gap and currently it's only 11%. So especially when you're looking at 3-bedroom types where the gap actually has become so much narrower as compared to the past, and it does make people stop and think, if let's say I can top up just a little bit more, which in this scenario is about 200,000, I could own a place in Orchard or River Valley instead of a city fringe project. Is that something that I would like to consider? So let's talk about exit. Some buyers hesitate because they worry about whether they will be able to profit later when they actually decide to sell. But when we look at the actual data, CCR properties has actually been delivering strong gains even recently. So top performers like Ardmore Park, Summerville Park and Rivergate, they actually saw average profits of ranging from 1.5 million to over 5 million. And actually, these annualized returns in this project consistently range from the 3 to 5% mark even in older developments. So if you buy smart, you're not buying into a branded district, you're entering into an asset class that has historically shown strong real-world results. And just in 2024 and the first 4 months of 2025, 1 in 4 CCR resale transactions has earned more than 1 million in gross profit. So this isn't just theoretical. These are actual resale deals that show just how resilient and profitable the CCR market has been, even in the market shifts today. So here are some examples of how Martin Place they've been doing. This is their profits. The Trillium, similarly, their profits have crossed 1 million, and the Avenir has also been seeing very healthy profits as well. So we'll talk about rising costs. Rising costs will actually push future prices higher. So let's take a step back and look at where prices are headed, not just in the CCR but across the board. So developers, they don't just randomly set prices. A big part of what drives the launch prices is what they have paid for the land, and right now that land prices are climbing everywhere. Here's what the numbers look like. So for OCR, the Bayshore land, which was awarded at 1,388 per square foot per plot ratio, which translates to an estimated launch price of above 2,600 PSF. Tampines Street 34, which was awarded at 1,004 per square foot per plot ratio, which translates to an estimated launch price of above 2,200 PSF. Let's move into the RCR zone when the Zion Road Parcel B, which was sold at 1,304 per square foot per plot ratio, which translates to an estimated launch price of 2,800 PSF. Marina Gardens Lane, which was sold at 1,402 per square foot per plot ratio, which translates to an estimated launch price of above 2,900 PSF. So moving on to the core central region, River Valley Green Parcel A, it was sold at 1,325 per square foot per plot ratio, estimated launch price above 2,900 PSF. River Valley Green Parcel B sold at 1,420 PSF per plot ratio, which translates to about above 2,900 PSF. And also not forgetting Holland Drive, which is sold at 1,285 PSF per plot ratio, translates to also a sale price of more than 2,900 PSF. So why does this matter to buyers? Is because when developers pay over 1,200 to 1,600 per square foot per plot ratio for land, it is almost certain that the eventual launch price will be above 2,600 PSF and possibly more. Even in the OCR and RCR, many of these projects are also projected to launch at 2,002 to over 2,600 PSF, which is closing fast on CCR pricing. This would mean that when buyers think that the traditional idea of buying into OCR and RCR project would be much cheaper option as compared to the CCR, it may not be true in the days to come. And once these high price launches start coming in soon, today's CCR launches, some of which are still priced below 3,000 PSF, would look like a bargain in hindsight. So if you are a buyer looking to buy into value, this isn't just about paying less, it's about avoiding higher price points next time in the future when the next wave of launches comes to adjust these land costs. So how do we buy right? We can buy right with this safe strategy. Of course, it doesn't mean that you jump into any CCR projects blindly, and what you want is actually a strategy, and that's where buying safe concept comes in. So buying safe would mean that you secure a premium location without paying the future premium price. And you actually make decisions based on real transaction data, not just on developers' marketing. You focus on entry price and layout efficiency. And also lastly, you also have to think ahead, is this unit going to be exit friendly when it's time to sell? So in short, that's not about chasing trends, and it's about making calculated moves, protected moves. And if you have been holding off of waiting for the right time or the right project, this could be it. The core central region isn't just for luxury seekers anymore. It's for buyers who want long-term value, solid fundamentals, and a smart entry point. So this 90-day window is actually rare. Once it's gone, you'll be looking at much higher price. So if this video helped clarify what's going on in the market for you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest, data-driven real estate insights. And if you want to know what CCR projects I personally think are worth shortlisting right now, drop me a comment or DM me directly, and you can also join my Telegram channel for future updates. I'll see you in the next one.